See if I'm on here. Usually I do like a little intro, and I have the live stream coming soon, but I figure I'll go straight up live right now. I'm also going to get, sorry I didn't have the audio down. I definitely need to shave there. I'm going to get the YouTube thing going here, or the chat going here from YouTube, and get that in the screen here shortly. I figured I'll just start out. Oh wow, I got some new subscribers. I haven't been on YouTube today. I hope you guys are all doing good. Welcome back to the live stream. I don't think anybody's quite watching yet. I even forgot to turn on my radio. That's how bad off I am right now. You got one person watching. Say hi in the chat. Who's the first one? Let me get the chat going here. Let me also get some stuff dialed in here. Sorry, I'm usually a little more prepared before I start out. Still, anybody new to the stream, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I got some wild eyebrows going here, so I apologize. I just got off work. I literally just walked in the door about 2 minutes ago, so please bear with me. I also got to finish up some work. I had 4 days of work this week. That's the first time I've had that in a while. So anyways, I'm trying to get connected to my hotspot here, which is not connecting, and then I'll jump on maybe America Link or 30 Charlie. We'll see which one I figure out first. First off, I want to check out I parked next to a ham with his license plate here. So I'm going to look him up real quick. Hacienda Heights. Interesting. It's a female too. Hey Ray. Oops, sorry about that. How you doing tonight, buddy? I was just on Reflector 12 Alpha and didn't hear anybody. I was fairly surprised. Let's see if anybody's on America's Unlinked. Ray, where are you at tonight, buddy? And thanks for watching again. You've watched this channel grow unexpectedly. I did not think that I would have almost 700 subscribers here by any means. I didn't even think I was going to make 500 by the end of the year. So Iowa, huh? It's probably pretty chilly out there, I'm guessing.
I've met a lot of people that
So it looks like there's some activity on America Link right now.
An AM station. They took it all down, and I ended up getting all the sections. So I got 65 feet of it, and I put it up. When I was a kid, basically when I was like 16, I had a tower. So anyway, then I went in the Marines, and I was gone for a while, but now I'm back to it.
So I'm right now on America Link. I'm also getting my hotspot going here.
You got a decent rotator, and you got to know how to maintain your tower.
I had this all off, and I wasn't planning on going on tonight, so this is a special here. So probably nobody. I told everybody I wasn't going to come on for a couple days. So.
Well, no question about it. KE0VJI, KT4UX. Was there another station trying to get in?
That was not me. So it looks like I'm also tied on Reflector 30 Charlie. Got somebody in from Altadena, it looks like.
that lady there before from Minnesota, she was saying something about like an NFET, and I've used an NFET.
I'm going to go to 30 Charlie. I'm going to go to DStar real quick. Give a call out here. If I can find my thingamajig here. This is Greg, K6EGG, monitoring Reflector 30 Charlie, and also live streaming on YouTube right now. If you type my callers into the YouTube search engine, Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf.
K6EGG, KN6NJP. Good evening, Greg.
Boy, did you get on a hotspot or something there?
No, I was just talking to Gabe. We were on Digital Voice, and then he got off the radio, and I just went back on the 30 Charlie for a little while before I can go watch some TV with the wife. But then there you are.
Excellent. I wasn't planning on being on tonight, but I got off a little earlier than I expected. It's nice to chat with you. I thought he said you were interested in possibly getting a hotspot of some sort. So, but it's good to hear you. Are you going through his repeater there in Cyprus?
Yeah, I'm going through Gabe's repeater like usual. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I think I might try to get a ID 51A plus 2 and then buy the open spot 3 like you guys did.
I'll tell you what, Tom, that open spot 3, not to knock the Pi Star because it's a pretty good little deal for the price, but that open spot 3 really made a difference in making connections. So it opens up a whole new world. You can go to all the different modes all through one little hotspot.
Yeah, Gabe and I were talking about that. I'm not so interested in DMR, but I'm interested in Fusion.
Yeah, Fusion's pretty busy. I'll have to give you some reflectors that are really busy. I know America Link is. There's also something called the East Coast Reflector. I think you can get into DStar now. But it's basically it's a bridge into there's like 200 or something repeaters or something on the East Coast. So there's pretty much always somebody listening, and it's cross-moded into like DMR. There's some Fusion. There's I think they're getting DStar set up right now, repeaters. A lot of analog. Most of it's actually analog, but it's a really cool system. It sounds really good, and it doesn't have a lot of issues either. So this is going to make a whole new world for you.
Yeah, we were just talking about all the same stuff. Him and I spent about the last 40 minutes on the radio talking about all this stuff, and I was talking about how I think that our hobby going forward is going to be way more digital than it is HF, because as the millennials become our age and they're also computer oriented, I just don't see them.
Hey, Tom, KN6NJP, you dropped there.
Yeah, the wife was telling me to close the door. But what I was saying was that our whole world is all gone to computer. And I think all the young people who are going to be in our shoes in a few years are going to be far more inclined to get on stuff digitally than they are the old-fashioned HF analog way. That's just my opinion.
I agree with you 100%. I've said that too also. I really agree on that. And I hope they do. Another thing, at least in the digital world, it's opening up the world for people that, living in apartment complexes, HOA situations that want to be a part of radio and connecting through radio, even though we're going through, the internet, so to speak, but they still want to make those connections out of the country and stuff like that, and be a part of the hobby. And they can't with the antenna restrictions, or they just may not have the know how to get up there on the roof and put up an antenna. And a lot of the younger millennials are not really into that sort of stuff. They just they want it now, and they want it right away, basically. And you can do that with internet. You could talk to or with the DStar digital mode. You could talk to somebody in England, and then 2 seconds later talk to somebody in Australia or New Zealand without having to worry about conditions. I'll send it back over to you, Tom. KN6NJP. This is Greg, K6EGG, also live on YouTube. And anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Because you only need a technician class to talk all over the world.
Yep.
Whereas before, you'd need a general or amateur extra to be able to do that. Because even on the general bands, you don't have all of the HF frequencies like you do in the
Absolutely.
extra. But if you're just a technician class like me, I can talk to. I was talking to a guy on 30 Charlie last night here in Perth, Australia. So, and then the equipment is nil in cost compared to buying an HF rig and putting up a big HF antenna or a Yagi or whatever. So, yeah, I think you and I are going to be right. I think 10 or 15 years from now, we're going to be saying the whole world's gone to computers.
And you made a really good point there with the general situation and making the contacts all over the world. And I think someone just jumped in there, so I don't know if I will give them a chance to say hi. This is Greg, K6EGG, along with Tom, KN6NJP. Both of us are in Southern California. Go ahead, sir, with your traffic. Sound like a German station in there.
K6DCL, David Valley Springs. Hi, Greg and everybody.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Northern California? I don't know if you've been watching, but I got my 52, and I'm talking to my buddy here, Tom, here from Southern California, and we're just talking about how the digital age is probably going to change ham radio more than we think. It's nice to talk to you again, David. This is Greg, K6EGG.
Conversation, a good conversation. We're getting a good mix of hands now, I think, and I love everything. I love digital and I love HF, and I'm on that, and I'm on VHF, UHF analog, so it's a good mix of all, and I spread it throughout the day. But I love digital, and I'm more on 30 Charlie now than anything else. But I was on America Link, and I heard you there, and then I heard you flip over to 30 Charlie. Anyway, I think I've got 2 open spot 3s, and they are the best thing. I can sit here and monitor both open spot 3s with my ID52, and voila, there we are. K6DCL, back to you, Greg, K6EGG.
Copy that, David. I think I first talked to you on 1-4 Charlie, if I'm correct. Yeah, this is pretty nice, pretty busy group here. Really good people on here. I talk on 14 Charlie usually when I'm commuting, just because I can't handle the traffic and look over at the screen and see who I'm talking to, because I'm really bad with call signs. But yeah. It's pretty amazing. I'm really looking forward to the technology coming up next couple of years, and Tom is as well. And I'm glad he's getting into the digital world. He was talking to KN6OS about getting a hotspot or open spot 3. I'm sure he's gonna absolutely love it. Once again, anybody new to the channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I come on a couple days a week.
Okay, I'll let you and other guys get in there and see some.
Depending on my work and personal schedule.
Have a good night, Greg. I'll be listening for a while. K6EGG.
Copy that. This is Greg, K6EGG, along with Tom, KN6JNP, here, in both of us in Southern California. I know why that's doing that, Thomas. You got a very good ear, too.
I'm getting back to what we were talking about, going digital.
I'll tell you just in a second.
HF rig and all the other associated stuff.
Oh, you are?
One small digital handheld and one hotspot. You know, you don't have to have any elaborate antenna, hundreds of feet of coax, grounded for lightning, grounding your equipment. It's just going to be a whole lot easier for a newbie to get in.
Yeah, I had a grounding issue with my Chevy Volt that I'll get into another time, but some people on here led me to fix that and get everything working. I had a seriously bad match, and somebody in the Amir found me or told me about a way I can fix it in the chat there. So, and that's the other thing, man. There's a lot of great people on ham radio. Now, you're listening on the ham band and you're listening on the computer through YouTube? Is that what the delay difference is? Because it should be 2 or 3 seconds delayed, depending on, you know, what you're watching on and the servers you're going through. Hey, Jay, I see you in there. We got Ray in there. On
KB5 video. Hello there. Good afternoon, Mr. K6EGG, KB5 video. Just wanted to jump in there real quick and say good afternoon from the state of Oklahoma here.
Good afternoon from, I guess it's the state of California. Nice to hear you tonight. I hope all is well. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more pictures of your meat there, too. That you smoke, sorry. This is great, K6EGG.
Roger that. We're fixing to try, probably the next day or two, Greg, we're fixing to try smoking some more cheese. Had a pretty good hit with it. Last time I did it a few months back, I smoked some Monterey Jack and cheddar and some Gouda, and everybody seemed to enjoy it. So thinking about making another batch to give out to family and friends. But anyways, we're sitting here watching your live YouTube going and enjoying that. All the people in there chatting, giving good ideas and stuff. So we'll wave a hand at you. Let somebody else grab a chance on talking to you. K6EGG, Mr. Greg there in Chino, California. This is KB5 video.
Copy that, Jay. The voice of Oklahoma there. It's great to hear you again, man. I would love to smoke some stuff on my smoker. I've never experimented around with cheese and doing cold smokes, but meat prices are like a little pretty expensive right now, and especially for just two of us eating. So it's hard to go through like a tri-tip pretty fast with just two people eating. My daughter doesn't really eat meat yet. Well, she does eat chicken, but it's nice to hear you again, Jay, out there in Oklahoma. This is great, K6EGG.
K6EGG, this is N8WJD.
Hello, N8WJD. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I figured I'd jump in and give my 2 cents on the digital thing. But I take a whole different approach. Excuse me. There is something completely amazing with the fact that you can communicate with using nothing but electricity. So I know digital mode makes things easy. However, if that internet goes down, what are you going to do? You're going to need to know how to operate HF. So there's always going to be the reason to have it, or the ability to use it in the field. I think digital modes are basically a crutch for the most part. Well, that's a bad word for it, but and it doesn't really take away from the spirit of ham radio, but it definitely makes it a little bit easier, and I can see the argument that it makes it easier for new hams to get into it, but all hams should, in my opinion, aspire to utilize high frequency with using nothing but electricity alone to communicate across the world.
I definitely can't argue with that, and I do agree with you, obviously. Like I said before, some people are in a situation where they can't put out antennas and stuff, but still want to be, chat and discuss different, parts of the hobby. So I've always been known to been told, at least when I first got my license, that ham radio is basically, what you make of it. Some people just like to rag chew on the repeaters, and they don't really know how to program the radio. Some people want to connect with people all over the world. Some people are really interested in emergency response. So I definitely agree with you. I don't think there's any wrong answers with it, but it just opens up a whole nother sector of the hobby we didn't have before. I'll send it back over to you. This is Greg, K6EGG, also live on YouTube, to N8WJD. Back is killing me. Sorry.
Well, yeah, you are also absolutely correct. I mean, it does make things a lot easier, and it is something that hasn't been around, and it makes it easier for everyone to communicate quickly without having to know all the nuts and bolts that go into ham radio communications. I mean, you're not wrong, but all I was saying is that it's neat to think that, let's say, there is no internet one day, which I know that's kind of a strange thing to think about, but let's say it does happen. Just the ability to know that you can communicate through just by nothing means but electricity is kind of an amazing thing, and I think a lot of people do want to do it, and I also agree that it is what you put into it, what it is that you want to do, and yeah, that's about it. Really, I just wanted to give my 2 cents. So I'll sign off here. This is N8WJD from Michigan.
Copy that, N8WJD. I appreciate any type of opinions by any means. It kind of helps me shape my opinion over the whole outlook of things. So I definitely agree with you. I think we probably agree with both of us. And by the way, if you live in California, which you don't, we lose power here every once in a while. They shut it off either on purpose or it just goes out. So I totally get what you mean there. So cool deal. This is Greg, K6EGG on Reflector 30 Charlie.
WD6
I don't want to hog this thing. I don't want to hog it. Go ahead, Tom. If you're watching, jump in there, dude. That's out in Washington, right? Thomas in Washington. I didn't want to hog this thing, but I'll call back to you. This is Craig, K6EGG for Tom, WD6AZA.
Good evening, Greg. Yeah, if the internet goes down, if things get really serious, then there's a certain probability of that. I think we're going to have to be able to communicate and deal directly with our own communities, because there's good probability that we will be engaged either in a third world war or something equally disastrous that you don't have help coming from long distances. It's going to have to be really primarily dependent on your own local community.
There's definitely that chance of that happening. You just never know. As I tell my wife all the time, you never know what's the next day will bring. But Yeah, you're absolutely right. And you know what? And some people that have the radios, they might be so freaked out anyways not to use it. So I don't know. Anything could happen. Hello, everybody. This is Greg K6EGG.
Well,
Anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Development of some of the weapons that, once they have terrific power. I also know that we are currently engaged in a war with China. It is not resorting to military weapons at present, but that could be something that changes in the future. But far more important is the thinking of the Chinese. They developed a game called Go 2,500 years ago. It is both strategic and tactical. And as a result of the way it teaches people to think, they think not in terms of the next quarterly report or maybe the next year or the next 5 years. They're thinking anywhere from 20 to 50 years in the future as to exactly where they want to go, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You just never know what's going on there. And I also see somebody else in the chat. Sorry. Definitely. But you always got to be prepared for everything. You know, I got extra water in the house. I still keep my VX5 powered up or battery powered in the either in the car or I have it in the house, and then my wife sort of knows how to use it. So I try to be prepared, but you know, everybody's a little bit different with that sort of stuff. This is Greg K6EGG. What's up, Ryan? Nice to see you in there again.
One brief comment on that finally.
Mr. New Ham Radio Operator.
Game more than 40 years ago.
I like the new
at a professional level, but I am used to thinking much longer term as a result of playing that game. It is many times more complicated than chess, but it's a good game to learn because it does teach strategic as well.
They have smiles on here.
Thinking. Let me back out. WD6A today.
K6NJP comment.
Go ahead, Tom. Tom in California. Go ahead, brother. Everybody's worried about stepping at each other, which is the opposite of America.
I agree with Tom that if the computers go down, my first source of information is going to be getting on, FM 146.520 to talk to the local folks that I talk to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis as to what's actually going on. So, having the radio as a form of information will be most necessary if something crazy happens.
Absolutely. That's my default frequency to go to because generally, unless it's like in the middle of the night, I can usually get a call back on 5.2, no matter what time of day. So I definitely agree with you on that, especially if the you-know-what hits the fan. I can guarantee you there would be a ton of people on there.
Well, you can reach as far as your antenna goes, and I can get about 90 miles from my house, give or take, on a pretty regular basis. So that encompasses from my house to San Diego and about as far north as, northern LA County. So, yeah, I'll be reaching out to all the folks that I know to try to get a real, true picture of what's going on. So, anyways, back to you, Greg. I'm going to get off here. Have a successful night with everybody. You guys all stay safe out there. Stay away from the bug. And I'll talk to you later, Greg. K6NJP, I'll be clear.
Copy that, Tom. Good to hear your voice again, man. This is Greg, K6EGG, and that was Tom, KN6NJP. What was that? I got somebody in the military there up in Washington. Did I hear AE7GZ? This is great. K6EGG.
K6EGG N3 EPA Mobile.
Hello there, Ray. Long time no talk. Looks like, are you going eastbound or westbound in Iowa right now? And I hope you're staying nice and warm there.
Oh yeah, I got the heat cranked in the truck here. Yeah, I'm heading east. It's a struggle to get out of Washington. Everything was closed up there. Snow and rain. I had to come all the way back down to Portland to get out of Washington. So heading east, heading home for a couple of days. Turn around and come right back out.
Yeah, the cold and the snow. I know I was talking to I think it may have been Tom up in Seattle area, and he said there was a lot of snow on the ground, if I recall right. I don't know, that was a couple of weeks ago, but a lot of rain and a lot of precipitation and cold weather up north of me. That's for sure.
I loaded out of Washington on Friday, and Snoqualmie Pass was supposed to be closed until midnight tonight. So I don't even know if it's still open up there. But also they had a lot of flooding just south of Seattle. I-5 was shut down for quite a while. 84 was shut down for mudslides. It was a little iffy if I was going to get out of there or not.
I'm glad you got out of there safe and didn't get stuck in your rig. And I know I think was it 95 or something through Virginia. I can't remember, but those people in their car for like 20 or something hours straight, and they're any type of vehicles they're driving. Pretty impressive that they were stuck that long. But cool deal. I'm glad you got out of there.
Yeah, I'm prepared for being stuck like that. I carry food and water in the truck, so I'm prepared. I'm prepared to help other people out too when it comes to a situation like that. So we're in good shape here.
Yeah, you can hang out and probably last about a week in that truck, probably, I'm guessing, with all the stuff that you carry. And if you got food in your back, you're good to go.
That is correct. I am well prepared. I don't starve, and I eat well, and actually eat a pretty good diet here, so I'm doing pretty good.
Copy that. Probably better than the lunch that I had today. I had corn nuts and no, it wasn't corn. Yeah, it was corn nuts, and I had a pack of donuts. I couldn't get out to go grab lunch today, but I pretty much ate this morning before I came in.
I had some grilled chicken and some vegetables. That's what I had today, but I had a piece of pizza, one slice of pizza, so that was my little cheat for a while.
That's good, Ray. It doesn't make you a bad person. Do you know when you're coming back over to the Los Angeles, Southern California area?
I leave out next Friday, and I start delivering in Denver, so I'm going to assume that maybe Tuesday or Wednesday morning I should be over that way. Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday, I'm thinking somewhere there. Not exactly sure yet.
It's still amazes me how you guys go back and forth. But I know that's your job to do. But keeping America running, that's for sure.
We are doing our best, yes. Keep things moving from coast to coast there.
What are you carrying today, if you don't mind me asking?
I am actually got frozen crab legs out of Sumner, Washington there.
Hey, what's wrong with that, man? At least I ate something. I'm going to have a protein drink and some fruit tomorrow for lunch. I know that's not that good either.
Yeah, too bad the trailer's sealed and locked there. Yeah, it's got a good count on it too, so.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, I know how it goes, man. So cool deal. I'm going to take a standby here. I don't want to, hog this reflector up, but it's great to hear your voice. It's been a couple weeks. It's nice to see you in the chat as well. Hopefully we can chat some more here. This is Craig, K6EGG on Reflector 30 Charlie, along with Ray and 3EPA running a 9700 mobile in his truck there, trucking across Iowa. And once again, anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button there.
Yeah, I'll be sitting here monitoring myself, going across here, let somebody else have the reflector there. N3 EPA 73s there, Greg. We'll be chatting again. I'll be on the chat room and watching your streams here. Have a good night there. Talk to you later. N3 EPA.
Ray's a good dude. I actually talked to him first on a 2-meter sideband here locally, 144 250, and then I started doing a digital thing, and he has a hotspot that he uses in his truck. So pretty cool stuff. Lots of driving back and forth. Now I got quiet because I didn't want to hog up the reflector. Then the reflector gets quiet. So I don't know what the deal is with that. Jump in there. This isn't mine, that's for sure. Eduardo, how's it going, man? Glad to see you in the chat tonight from down south. Animal lover himself like me. We should get our cats on DStar one of these days. He was back here the other night. I have a... I don't know if you could see. No, you can't see in that shot. He was Milo was hanging out behind here, and Sasha, our other kitten, our actually 1.5 year old kitten, got stuck in my office last night. Eduardo, Ryan just got his license recently, very recently. So welcome him to everything here. I can't deal with the cold, man. I can't even say it on the live stream about the cold. Cold is cold, man. This guy keeps keying up here, AE7GGZ. I don't think I've ever talked to him, but he's got a really cool picture of this. I believe that's a C-17. Those were made in Long Beach, the city that I was born in. Oops, wrong one. It's actually fairly warm here tonight here in Southern California, since we're all talking about weather here. Foggy in Baton Rouge. It's 58 degrees here. That's was actually that was a high a couple days ago. It's probably 75 today. Let's get Ryan and get him a 9700. That you start off with a Cadillac right off the bat. It's all downhill from there. Maybe we'll do Ask Greg Anything here tonight. Looks like I see a KB3 in there. I'll talk to Earl in there. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I know some people that that waited a while for their 52s, man. Over a year. That can suck. 52s are in stock, though. Do you have a hotspot and stuff ready to go? You could buy one and put it together for like $50, or buy one put together for like $120, I think. What's the deal with that, man, Eduardo? I didn't even ask for a 52, and I ended up buying one for myself for Christmas, which I shouldn't have. Even though it's a great radio. Gonna use your Samsung phone? Oh, to connect to it?
November Oscar 9 X-ray listening.
I was going to let somebody else jump in there, but maybe I will here. November 09 X-ray. This is Greg, K6EGG, also live streaming on YouTube right now. I like those SWR power meters.
K6EGG, NO9X. How's it going tonight? What's going on?
It's going pretty good. Just got off work a little bit ago, about an hour ago. Checking out your QRZ page, doing some live streaming on YouTube. And also, I had a question about your mobile. Is that like a super gainer antenna there? Looks like on top of a SUV.
Yeah, that's the there's a number of companies that make that antenna, but that particular one is the MFJ. I think it's the 1432 version. I think it's about 62 inches tall.
Wow, that's pretty long. That would definitely not fit my garage. How much gain does it get on UHF VHF? I'll send it back over to you. This is Craig, K6EGG. Oops, wrong button.
I'll have to double check exactly how much. I believe it's like a 7/8 wave on 2 meters, and it's a collinear. I think like 2 5/8 waves on 70 centimeters. But yeah, that's my summer antenna right now. I just run a Comet 2x4 SR just because that big 60-incher, you get a bunch of wind on that and 90, 100 mile an hour winds. I don't think that one will hold up. That's a whole lot of antenna hanging out in the breeze.
Yeah, copy that. That is a whole lot of antenna. I actually know somebody that runs a GP9 on his Jeep, but he just puts it up, obviously, when he's stationary. But it's good for him to drive up to the hills and stuff. I got to find his call sign again. YYO, I believe. A6YYO. I got to find it. But huge antenna on there. But he, like I said, he doesn't run it when he's actually mobiling. But that looks like a nice antenna. I wish I had that. It probably wouldn't look too good on my Chevy Volt there. I have the smaller version. I think it's a 8300 super gainer. The base looks exactly the same.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a couple of companies that make basically the same general antenna, but it works really, really well. I don't have any good Skywarn nets near me, so I have to jump a county down, and sometimes their backup repeater is another county down, so I've got to be able to hit from my mobile about 50, 55 miles away, and that antenna is the one that really does the job.
Copy that. Somebody in the chat was watching on YouTube right now. What MFJ model was that again? This is Greg, K6EGG.
K6EGG N09X. That is the MFJ 1432 mobile antenna. Let's see. I'm actually trying to look up the specs right now. It does fold over, although I've defeated that option because I don't want it to fold over. I've heard some people complain about at going, very high speeds, it'll fold over on its own. So if you look at that picture real close, I put some heat shrink over that hinge, so that way it can't fold over like it's supposed to. According to their specifications here, gain is 5 dBi on VHF and 7.6 on UHF.
That's a ton of gain, man. That is a lot of gain there. That's pretty good. I would love to have something like that on a car. If I had my car parked outside permanently, I'd probably have something like that. I have the diamond version of that, but it's smaller, and I can't remember the exact model number of it. And by the way, once again,
copy that. Yeah, I had to. I didn't have to, but I did make my own brackets to mount that. I found a way to just put an insert inside the luggage rack on my Jeep Grand Cherokee, and then I made a 1/4-inch aluminum plate and threaded it for a SO239, and just screw the antenna into that. So it's a very solid and quick and easy mount, and then the coax just rotates into the luggage rack and down through the B pillar and right to the radio. So it's a pretty quick, clean install. There's about maybe 2 or 3 inches of coax that are exposed, but the rest of it is pretty solid, and I can swap that antenna out with my 2x4 SR pretty quickly and easily. So it's I actually still have it in the back of my Jeep in case I really need to reach out, but the 2x4 SR works pretty well also.
Copy that, man. That looks great. I know I just had some issues with some, pardon me, some mounting issues with a ground plane on my antenna that just got worked out. But I like the I'm trying to think of the name of the antenna, the Super Gainer. It's a really good antenna. It's really solid. It whistles a lot in the wind. That's kind of annoying, but it has really good gain. I can't figure out the model number, but it's very similar to yours. Probably the best antenna I've ever had, but I can't use it because it hits my garage, and I'm too lazy to go out there and unscrew it every time, and I forget half the time. So I don't want to either mess up the antenna or mess up my house. I know that sounds like a weak excuse, but I have a Chevy Volt.
Well, the easy fix for that is just make sure you put more stuff in the garage so you can't fit your car in it. Then you have an excuse to leave the car sit out, and then you don't have to worry about folding down your antenna.
Don't give my wife any ideas there, pal. That's not funny.
Well, unfortunately, that is actually kind of my current situation. I've got so much stuff in the garage, I can't fit anything in there. So both my Jeep and the YL, she's got a Dodge Challenger, and both of those I were in Wisconsin. So those are year-round vehicles, and they pretty much sit outside year-round as well.
Sounds a lot of scraping the ice off your windshield there. Thankfully that's one thing I don't have to worry about here. Just get a lot of dirt from the wind, but is it pretty chilly up your way right now?
Well, it's a balmy 4 degrees right now. Wind chill is minus 13. So yeah, it's not so bad.
We're going into our low part of the day. I think it's 55 right now, and we were up almost 80 today. But it was cold for California here, so I've been to Wisconsin in the wintertime, in Milwaukee, and yeah, it gets pretty chilly there. All right, Ryan, you take care. I hope to hear you out here soon. KI5 TFB. I like that call sign. TFB is pretty nice. I'm a shower at night guy too.
Well, yeah, it's you deal with it. It's although it still gets pretty warm here in the summer. I don't think it gets as warm as it does out by you guys. But if nothing else, snow is fun to drive in, especially in the Jeep. That's extra fun to drive in. So I don't mind snowing. We actually haven't had much snow at all this year. It's cold as heck, but I don't think we've had more than an inch or two of snow so far. So yeah, driving's been pretty boring as well. So, well, maybe we'll get dumped on one of these days. November Oscar, 9 X-ray.
Copy that. I'm going to take a chill here for a little bit. I don't want to hog this thing up. I've been talking a lot the last hour. But it's great hearing from you, NO9X. I'm really bad with call signs, so anyways, you take care and have a wonderful night up there in Wisconsin and try to stay warm. This is Greg, K6EGG, in 55-degree weather here in Southern California, and also live streaming on YouTube. That's not the one I have, but I see that.
Fun and enjoy your YouTube live stream. November Oscar 9 X-ray will be on the side.
Looks like it has about the same specs on it there, though.
Great.
I think I heard Denny in there real quick. KN6, Go ahead, man.
Yeah, hey, Greg. Just want to say hello. I heard you out there. I turned on the radio. Yeah, hey, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think you were talking to Ray earlier and the other trucker on America Link. Let's see. That would be, you know the one. It'll come to me in a sec. You know, I don't know if he's inspired by you, but he's looking at setting up some kind of a live stream too while driving. So he's looking into cameras and stuff. You know about that, right?
Yep, I've I chatted with him. He's asked me what type of gear I'm running. I don't know if that would be a good idea for at least the type of gear that I'm running for a mobile situation. Maybe a GoPro or something like that, a little smaller, because you can get bounced around with these Sony cameras. It's a little bit different setup. There's no image stabilization like the GoPros and stuff like that. But yeah, that'd be definitely pretty interesting. And Ray N3 EPA mentioned that his call sign's VE9TJR Tom out there in Ontario, Canada.
That's right, the Canadian driver. Yep. Yeah, I think he's the one with his wife is traveling with him, I think. Anyhow, hey, have a good night, and I'll see you around. KN6KNE.
Copy that, Denny. Just try to do breakfast one of these days. I'm kind of busy in the next 2 weeks, but I have a day off here and there. But I'd love to see you again. This is great, K6EGG. And by the way, I hope Tom's wife gets back on the radio, too. I would love to talk to her on here. But take care. This is great, K6EGG. Going to take a little standby here. I have one similar to that. It's a smaller version.
WD6A today. I would like to draw upon whatever expertise you have for a few seconds.
Oh boy, now you're putting me on the spot. I hope I can help you out with this. had the smaller version. I think it's 46 inches. I can't remember. I think it is 46.
It appears that the programming software for the ICOM digital radios, you use a separate program for the 6100 or the 4100. Also, the CS52 for the new ID52A. Is there any way of easily taking the information from one of those radios in terms of the setup of the FM and the digital repeaters and transferring it from the 4100 or the 5100 to the 52 ID52?
Yes. I wouldn't say it's easy. I should have done it. I did it actually live on the stream, but I didn't have my computer on the screen. The ID52 file system is different than, I'm sorry, the ID52 file system is different than any of those radios. So you basically have to you have to export the file from the whatever 7100 or 5100, export that file, and then import it into a group into the 52. I normally run trying to think of the name of it, software. I'm spacing here. RT system software. It's a lot easier. I could just cut and paste it all over, and I have to manually put in some of the settings, but that's not too bad because most of the settings are a little bit different within the radio. But the RT systems is a little bit easier. I know Gabe K6EGG sent me a file over. I exported it into RT systems, and I basically just copy and paste my file into another new file, and then copy and paste my file off my TMV71, shot it into my 5100, and it took me about 5 minutes. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. Tom, I see that you're in there. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat when I was talking.
Things that way, since I don't have the RT software. My thought was perhaps putting it into another computer in a Excel file, and then being able to work from that. But interesting challenge since I'm trying to set up radios for both Eastern Washington and Western Washington.
For your son, I think. Thanks for watching again, Peter.
Giving me a clue that there are possibilities. And I hope you have a good evening.
Copy that. I don't know if K6EGG Gabe, he actually explained it to me, and I got it figured out with the group settings. You just basically export it into a group. Maybe I should one of these days bring in my laptop again and kind of show how I did that. It's actually not that hard if you do all the steps in the right order. I didn't realize you had to make the file system with the 51 or 52 is group based. I transferred my stuff off the 9700 and it's band based. So you have your VHF bands and you have your UHF bands. So I transferred everything in from my 9700 and my 52. My first group, my 00 group is my VHF band, and my 01 group is my UHF band with basically all my repeaters. And I also transferred my up-to-date DV repeaters as well, with all the different changes, because some of them changed call letters and stuff like that. I just wiped out the ones that were in the radio and put the ones that were in here locally that were up to date. So there is a way to do it. It is a little bit of a pain, but it definitely does work. I can pretty much show it. I even transferred some of my message settings as well. I'll send it back over to you, Tom. This is Greg K6EGG for Tom, WD6AZ. Hopefully, Gabe, you're listening. You are the master of that stuff.
You would think that ICOM would have
Of course not.
recognized it would be desirable.
Of course not.
a common way of handling it across all of their radios.
No, they wouldn't do that.
No such luck so far,
No.
at least. But I'm still in the learning mode. Probably will be for another year or so.
You're right.
Good evening.
Copy that. You know, I used to program a lot of my scanners, and Uniden didn't do the same thing with their radios. Or, you know, it was different file systems for basically every type of radio they had, which was kind of annoying. But yeah, I totally get it, man. This is great. K6EGG. Is that Tom VE9TJR in there?
Good evening, Greg. It's morning here now. You know what time it is? What time is it here?
And once again, anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
So, anyway, I was just getting ready to head off to bed there, so I thought I'd say hello back to you, Greg. VE9TJR.
Copy that, man. It's nice to hear your voice. It's been a little bit. I heard you talking. I think you were going to Home Depot the other day. I don't think I got in to say hi, but it's good to hear you in there, and nice to talk to you. And hopefully you get your YouTube thing going there. Let me know if you have any questions about that when you get close to that. So I know it's late over there. You have a good evening out there in Ontario, Canada, about 12:30 a.m. over there. I don't know. I personally like RT systems. It seems to be a little more user-friendly.
No cigar, Greg. I'm in New Brunswick, Canada, and it's 1:30 a.m. here. And I might have to put off the YouTube for another month because I had to go out and buy a snowblower. We got about 2.5 feet of snow here all in one shot here on Friday. It snowed so hard they closed down everything. Even the government stores were closed down. And I got I had about a 4-foot snowbank, where the plow plowed the road there, and they left me a snowbank about 4 feet high at the end of the driveway. So I had to go out and buy a snowblower. So I might have to just hang on for a little bit for the YouTube, but I still plan on doing it, Greg. Back to you. VE9TJR.
Copy that, Tom. I think I've chatted with you before, but my dad grew up in Scarborough. I think it was Scarborough. I can't think of the name of it. Anyways, outside of Toronto, Canada. The one thing my dad does not miss about Canada, actually there's a couple things, but I'm going to keep those to myself right now, is dealing with the snow and shoveling the snow and getting all the ice off the windshield and stuff like that. So it really sucks, man. I'm sorry about that. You have to deal with that. Thankfully, here in California, we just have to deal with some wind in the winter. So anyways, take care. Have a good night and a good morning to you. This is Greg, K6EGG.
Delta Radio Bravo.
I'm surprised I didn't get one subscriber tonight. One subscriber. I'm a little bummed. But it's nice to chat with everybody in there. Back is totally tweaked. I'm not farting. I had to lift up some stuff the other day. Sounds like that's Jerry out in Iowa right now on his 5100. Probably freezing his, what's off.
K6EGG, KF0 Delta Radio Bravo.
Take care, Tony. I'm pretty sure. I started with 691, I think, when I first started. Hey, Jerry. I didn't want to hog the thing up. I was trying to let somebody else jump in there. How are you doing? You're still at nighttime there, 11:30 there, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure, John. Unless you did, and I didn't see it.
Yeah, Roger, Greg. Yeah, UTC by a 6 here. Doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I must admit I'm a little tired. I'm not used to working a whole 40 hours in 1 week, and I'm going to be doing that here shortly. But so I wasn't planning on being online either tonight, but I got home early enough and was able to play or so. Oh, I do see it. I do see them. I don't know why I don't see them on my screen there.
Yep, roger that.
My bad. I'm
Greg.
sorry, John.
I've been doing a little bit of the same myself.
I apologize,
just kind of
John.
around Sunday evenings, we've got a lot of nets that I can get into, so it's been a lot of fun. And you're not hogging that up at all, so glad to jump in here and check in with you.
Cool deal. I just missed my net myself. There's a sideband net I missed by about 15 minutes or so on 2-meter sideband 144 250. It's a busy net for nights. A lot of nights here in California tonight, but I'm only usually checking the one. But yeah, I don't want to be hogging this thing. I know I got a couple emails saying I just sit there and chat. Well, isn't that what it's there for? Anyways, I'll send it back over to you, Jerry. This is Greg, K6EGG, and I just dropped my 52 on my computer.
Yeah, well, you don't want to drop that 52, but you know what? Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what it's there for. But yeah, a little bit of respect is to be paid. Keep it open. But you know what? You're doing great there, Greg. You don't clog it up at all. So with that, I'll send it back to you. Now I'm gonna jump off of here. Like you said, it's 11:30 here at night, and gotta be into work tomorrow. So back to you, Greg. This is Kilo Foxtrot 0 Delta Radio Bravo. Back to you, Greg, for some finals.
Copy that, Jerry. Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow too. Actually, I'm gonna be working. I would be having 2 more hours of work right now if it was tomorrow. So I'm not getting off to like 11:30. So I'm going to try to stay up as late as I can so I can adjust myself because I had to be up earlier this morning. But you take care and have a wonderful evening out there and try to stay warm. This is Greg, K6EGG, also live streaming on YouTube right now. So have a good one, Jerry.
And 73.
Yeah, my schedule's kind of been kind of wacky. I wasn't supposed to be on the other night. The game got canceled because of COVID. They rescheduled it for today, and I wasn't going to be on because I thought I'd get home later, but they changed the game time. I thought it was going to be 7. It was 5, so I was able to get home early enough. And a quick note, Amir, I'm spacing out of this call sign right now because once again, I'm bad about that. He gave me the info to fix my grounding problem with my car. I'm trying to get some pictures of what I did. Anyways, I needed a ground basically like any other antenna. The Ducks game on Thursday got canceled because of COVID. Everybody got COVID. There was somebody I worked with the other day that got COVID. But anyways, my antenna I thought was grounded into my trunk lid, which is basically a hatchback window. But definitely I thought I had metal around it. But when messing around with it the other night, the other day, come to find out it's actually composite. So I didn't know what I was going to do. I was actually going to go buy a mag mount antenna and ditch my Larson 2-meter 440 antenna. But Amir came to my rescue and told me a simple fix is to get some copper tape, put it underneath the where I have the mount to the antenna, make sure it gets connected somehow. Like basically I drilled the holes through it and just run a strip of copper tape up, and my match went from 1.3 3 to 1 to a 1.4. So go figure. All that with about 2.5 feet of copper tape. It saved me. Yeah, a lot of games getting canceled for me. 11 days of work canceled. Some of it I'm getting back. We'll see. Yeah, COVID's raging through once again. So much for those mandates out there, unfortunately. But anyways, I'm on the Reflector 30 Charlie. I don't want to hog this thing up. I was on it already about an hour or so, pretty much nonstop. If you guys in the chat, feel free to jump into Reflector 30 Charlie. Would love to hear from you. I am getting a little bit tired. I can admit that. So I wasn't planning on going on.
KF0ERH.
I hear somebody in there. Hey, what's up, Tim? KF0ERH. How are you doing tonight? Or it's still tonight for you.
Oh, we're doing good. I saw you in there. I actually got you sitting on my TV screen in my shack. Amazing. But anyway, no, just wanted to say hi. I talked to you a few weeks ago, and I know you don't want to hog this thing up, so I just wanted to say hi. KF0ERH out of South Dakota. We're clear.
Copy that. You take care out there in South Dakota, and I know it's cold there. KF0ERH. I do remember chatting with you also. Take care. You know, the reason why I'm gun shy in that too, also that whole wind system thing. Tony, did you hear about the wind system problem? Oh, you heard about it. So I get on a repeater system and they got mad because I was live streaming and nobody uses that repeater system during the day pretty much. There's a lot of new people asking for radio checks and then it's quiet for pretty much 23 hours of the day, other than the fact when they do their net at night. And there's like 70 repeaters hooked to it. Yeah. I got a couple emails after that. Not from them, but people going, yeah, those guys are not happy. But so now I'm a little bit gun shy. Took my, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-esteem away a little bit. Yeah, that's not cool. Can you imagine being new and someone being like that with you? Just crush people. I heard somebody on there, it's probably 3 years ago. I was listening on my scanner, and the guy couldn't pronounce Baofeng. He sounded like maybe he was Spanish accent or something like that. And they're like, oh, we don't like people that use Baofengs. It's like, come on. You wouldn't even have known if he was on a Baofeng. It's like this guy's like, barely speak English. And the guy's like ridiculing him about what kind of radio is on like the first 30 seconds in. I didn't even make it 10 seconds before I got smashed down. I see your brother in there in the dashboard. He can jump in there and say hi. By the way, did you guys hear about that car crash? Or sorry, the plane crash, and I think it was in Pacoima. The guy survived the plane crash, got stuck in the airplane right on some railroad tracks. The cops, I think it was LAPD, went and saved him like 2 seconds before the train came by. Just disintegrated the airplane. Let me see if I can pull that up right quick. I got it from my Twitter account. Man. My troll account.
Well, I don't know what's on the radio, but I'm here listening. K6EGG IC-9700.
Good evening, Eduardo. How are you doing tonight? And I hope your kitty is doing good as well. This is great. K6EGG and Cheeto.
Well, just relaxing the last hours of the Sunday before work starts all over again. Normal week.
I hear you, pal. What do you do for work? I don't think I've ever asked, if you don't mind me asking.
Oh, no worry at all, my dear Rick. I'm a mechanic. Actually, it all started as a hobby, you know. I'm more much linked to computers and all that stuff, but I love cars, so I am now into the mechanics stuff. Of course.
What kind of do you work on automobiles, and what type of cars do you work on? And you guys are you guys having supply issue with parts?
Well, since I normally do kind of American restorations, I am not so much into the problems of chip, all this scarcity of chips that are happening around the world. But yeah, I do also know that there are some problems out there with that supplyment of chips. But no, I didn't have any kind of problems. The only thing is that car parts has been getting very very expensive in the late probably 2 years. So that's maybe the only issue that I'm having right now.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I have a sensor problem with my my not automatic window, but my window motor on my driver's side. And when I priced it out, I don't know, 3 years ago when I decided not to do it, it was going to be like $150, and they said now it's going to be like $410. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm just going to live with the problem. I guess there's a sensor on it that says it has, if it sees your fingers in the window and you're going up with it, it will set it off and make it go back down. And I think that's the problem with it or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty amazing that everything going up like it did.
Yeah, and what can I tell you, including gas prices in America are very, very crazy right now. Nothing that the Europeans haven't seen from years, but gas prices are just nuts.
Yeah, copy that. I don't want to brag, but I'm kind of lucky that I run an electric car, and I bought my solar panels about 5 years ago. So I'm not really it's not really affecting me, and thankfully my wife is working from home, but that really would crush us if that happened. But yeah, it's crushing a lot of people right now. It really sucks. Well, Tim, I'm lucky enough to I have solar panels at my house that are paid off. I paid for cash, which was a lot of money. A lot of money. I'm getting closer to the 700 mark. And I'm lucky enough I can charge for free at work. I don't normally I haven't paid for electricity with that car. But from what I'm told, if you have in Southern, because it's hard to tell you how much it costs to charge it. For me in Southern California, before I had my solar panels with my other car, it was like 25 cents a night when I was charging it up, and that would give me about 50 miles of charge. That kind of gives you an idea. So it raised, and I didn't charge it every night. So kind of go with that, I guess. So it's about $10 or $15 for the whole month. So it wasn't too bad. I didn't really notice it on my bill too much. But I'm in a very lucky situation. Like today, like last night, I charged at home. Well, first off, yesterday, Friday night, I charged at home. I went to work. I'm sorry. Yeah, Friday night. I charged it at home, drove to work,
We have been having
charged at work for free, drove back home, charged for free, drove to work today, charged for free, and drove back home. It's charging right now.
So it seems it's happening again. There seems to be a problem again with the ISP here.
Copy that. I have you in there now. It's weird that you were still able to watch, comment on the stream. So you do it on your cell phone or something like that?
Yeah, the video it's on the network on the the cell provider, but the DStar is running on the net on the house.
Copy that. How much download speed do you get there at your home QTH and like upload speed? Is it like a cable modem or something like that?
No, we have fiber. The fiber got installed probably like 2 or 3 years ago. We have DSL before that. Now the speed that I have is 300 megabits. And with a very, very bad upload of 100 megabits.
That will do the trick. That's pretty good.
Has done the trick for the past 2 years or so. We don't have still, or at least this provider doesn't have still gigabit network or fiber to the home with those speeds. I think they're running some tests, but still no good, not that very good internet. The thing is that probably since they have been upgrading everybody here in the region and in the country, it doesn't matter if you have that much of a bandwidth because you're sharing it with so many people that it doesn't give very much importance.
Yeah, a gig is not going to really help you out too much. As long as you have like 100 megs, that's actually okay. And if your ping time's fast, that's actually the better thing to have fast. Because I can go through, I don't know, have 2 TVs downloading 4K movies, do a live stream, my wife doing work, my daughter downloading something, and it's only eating up about 100 megabits. So having a gig is more of a novelty, I think. But if you got decent ping time, you're in good shape.
Well, yeah, ping time is not that bad. I'm testing right now on to Google server, the 8888. I have 8 milliseconds, so it's not that bad. Not that bad.
That's actually pretty decent. Anything under 10 is really good. I have about a 3 here. I'm gonna find something for Tony in the chat here. Let me pull this up real quick and see what I'm getting.
Fiber changed everything in here. Before the fiber, I had around 25 to 30 milliseconds on ping time. But with the fiber, it's very cool. Very good latency. I think the thing is that since this provider, it's a tier 1 service, we have good links up to USA. But still, we are sharing with everybody here in Mexico. So it's sometimes you can see that you can feel the network a little bit sluggish. So it's kind of normal. But yeah, I don't think everybody is using all the bandwidth all the time.
Copy that. Totally understand, man. I'm not doing too bad if you're watching the stream right now. I got a 4 millisecond ping time, and I'm downloading at about a little over 500, about 500 megabits, and when I'm uploading 1080p video, and I still have over 300 megabits left.
Yeah, I see the video. You're having at least 200 more. On upload and download.
My thing that was killing me was when I had cable modem before I changed to fiber. my upload, especially doing the stream when because I have a bunch of wireless cameras on Nest, and it was eating up all my bandwidth. So when I would come on here, I had to turn down the live stream fidelity or whatever for the video because it was eating too much up. I had that at my my last service provider.
Crazy. I remember when we had, in the late 90s, we had LAN parties, and we were using everybody VNC network with 10 megabits shared along all the line. You remember that? You had to use 50 ohm terminators on the network. It was a ring configuration. It was crazy. And we are right now at home with fiber networks. Some of us have the luck to have more than 100, and that's not enough.
Yeah, I heard that they're going to upgrade the system here, the fiber system. I guess it's supposed to even have less of a delay, even though 4 milliseconds to me isn't really, I don't think I'll notice any difference on it. But fiber is an amazing thing. I know at work, when I work in television, they use 750 megabytes and they ship over, I think, like 3 different HD 720p video sources with each have 8 channels of audio embedded into them. They also have phone lines, internet, all through that 750 megabits. It's pretty amazing stuff with almost no delay.
Yeah, that's crazy. We are getting pampered, We have internet connections that probably 20 years ago didn't even exist. Not even at home, just between, tier 2 or tier 3 networks. But, yeah, that's crazy. I remember that when I first saw Google Fiber with 1 gig, it was crazy. It was like, oh my God, that's something that I will never get over it. And now we want more. We need more.
I'm good. I don't think we're going to need any more bandwidth for a while. The computers are not going to be able to keep up with it. I mean, I don't know. The internet provider I have, Frontier, tried to sell it to me as like a gimmick. Oh, well, you can download faster movies. It's like, I mean, I can only download from the servers at a certain point, and what's that? 2 seconds faster versus saving yourself $50 a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but prices have been really, really good in the last years. So, well, as I said, we are getting pampered with these networks. But I remember as a young fellow, you try to devour all the information, and you will try to download movies and download that and download Linux distributions and everything. So you needed bandwidth. Right now, I don't care. I don't care if I have also a gig. I could not matter more. I normally work, so I don't have time to be all the day in the computer and trying to get or download stuff all the day. So I really don't care. I'm very happy with this speed that I have now.
I remember when I moved into my condo down the street from here, I wasn't able to get DSL, and I had DSL at my parents' house. When I bought my house, from going from my parents' house to my condo, I kind of downgraded with internet. Trying to download a music file with like an 8 megabit music file took me like 45 minutes. It's like now I can click it and it's like in my computer like instantly. So we've definitely gone a long way, at least in my lifetime of internet. And I can't wait till my daughter gets to see what stuff, We could look at even us. We're talking here instantly, and you're watching me on a screen in HD, and you're, in another country, 2,000 miles away. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah, internet has changed a lot. very, very much a lot, and I think everything is for the good. Just get out of that bubble of Facebook and everything. I don't care too much about Facebook. I'm not against it. I do have a Facebook account, but I really never use it. So all these people watching all the time videos on TikTok, it's like zombies, And I'm not that old to be saying this, but I'm at the edge to be swiping all the way around with TikTok videos and whatever, and I don't do it. I don't find it enjoyable. Maybe to lose a couple of minutes a day, but that's most of it.
Yep, I totally hear you. Our entertainment has definitely changed over the last couple of years, and I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm getting a little tired, and I got to take care of a couple things to before I jump into bed. But Eduardo, it's always great to hear your voice and see you in the chat. And once again, we got to get our cats together somehow. I don't know how, but I think that would be pretty funny. I was hoping Milo would jump up behind me. He did the last couple of nights. Of course, the night I wanted him to, he didn't. But anyways, you guys, you take care, Eduardo. K6EGG. This is great. K6EGG. What's up, Earl? How you doing? First off, too, anybody new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, too. This helped me get to 700 subscribers here. Did we lose Eduardo? We're just talking about internet. I think we lost Eduardo. Eduardo, did I lose you there? XE1SEW, you there? Figures his internet probably went out while we're talking about it. The irony behind that. Go figure, Eduardo. All right, man, I'm going to call it a night here. But
we were just talking about. Okay, Greg.
All right, I was just going to sign off for you. You take care, Eduardo. It's great to hear you. Hopefully we can get our cats connected to get one of these days. So have a good one. All right. Now, remember, oops, hold on.
Quick comment, WD6As a day.
Go ahead, Tom. This is great, K6EGG. Almost unconnected from the reflector here.
I just ran a test using a CSV export from one computer to a second computer of the files for the normal FM stations on the ID52. So, yeah, I can generally transfer information to a large extent that way.
Excellent. That's great to hear. Yeah.
Well, that's why I thought I'd spread the word. It's worth experimenting, and CSV files can be manipulated relatively easily using Excel, so that's a good thing. Have a good evening. I'll let you get back to it. And in another 15, 20 minutes, I'll start watching the news. WD6As a day.
Copy that, Tom. Thanks again for the information as well. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to experiment around with that tomorrow. I'm actually going to bring my computer to work with me. So take care. Have a good evening and try to stay warm up there in Washington.
Was 22 degrees outside when I looked last, and we still have snow on the ground.
The Egg Network.
Snowed for a couple of days.
I like that, Earl. All right. So, remember, be a good ham here and unlink. I'm doing it for two reasons tonight because I'm going to use my hotspot in my car tomorrow driving home. I don't think that's going to be for me, but I'm going to get out of here. Unlink from the reflector if you're not using it. So who's that right there? Anyways, unlink from the reflector if you're not using it. Don't stay parked on there. That can cause network issues. It may not, but especially if you have a second
Not linked.
hotspot like I do. So, anyways, surprise tonight. I came on. I wasn't planning on it, but ended up working out good. Tom, you have a good night. KC9UDA. John, what's your call sign? A real quick note. I'm going to try to be on Wednesday. It looks like Wednesday is a good possibility, and Friday. As of right now, not scheduled. Things could change. I could be on tomorrow. Oh, duh. Sorry, man. I apologize. It's been a long day. Keep in mind I worked 10 hours already today, too. I apologize, man. I had you up on my screen earlier, too. So Wednesday, right now the plan is Wednesday and Friday and Sunday. I was supposed to come on today. Actually, I ended up making it on today, but I wasn't supposed to. So things could change. I could get canceled tomorrow when I get to work. But anyways, Eduardo, you take care. I hope to be on soon. There's something else I forgot I was going to bring up. Hey, Jay, you have a great night, man. Or morning now. It's 12:01 or 12:02 there, I believe. Over there in Oklahoma. So thanks again for everybody watching. And once again, also, anybody new to the channel, like I believe John is, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. For some reason, I wasn't getting my notifications earlier. I was going to try to make it to 700 tonight, but I got to admit, I'm not into it. I'm a little bit tired. I didn't even shave. Shane, you take care. Always great to see you in the chat, too. And that I can't believe that that copper tape made a world of difference with my match on my antenna on my car. I got to get my my other antenna, what's it called? Model number. The Super Gainer. That Super Gainer is awesome. I actually, for those of you in Southern California or know the area or drive in from Vegas to from LA area, I was up on top of the hill that you go into going into State Line, and I talked to somebody in North Las Vegas, which was 70 something miles, maybe 80 miles, and I did it on 5 watts because I was running my V71 at the time through my cigarette lighter adapter, and I can't do more than 5. I had to do the lowest power setting. All right, cool. Once again, thank you guys all for watching. Surprise stream tonight. I should probably put together a schedule, but it's kind of hard right now with work. It's a Super Gainer, yeah. That thing whistles like a mofo, though. When you're driving, you have the radio off. It's like, down the road when you're driving, whatever, 65, 70, or that's about as fast as I go with my electric car. But anyways, any other questions? Maybe we should do also a Ask Greg Anything, and it doesn't even have to do with ham radio night. I would love to hear about from stuff from you guys as well. Man, my eyes are getting all dried out. It's pretty dry here in California. As you know, David, is Santa Ana winds are back. It was a beautiful day. By the way, that was the other thing I was going to say, David. I was driving down to Orange County today on the 57. I know that's like another state for you, but I can see Catalina, which is very rare, even on really super clear days. That was the first time I think I've seen it in about a year, so it was nice to see that. I was able to hit the Catalina repeater as well as a VHF repeater on Catalina, 26 miles across the sea, Santa Catalina. Actually, it's 24.5 or something like that, from what I heard. But anyways, take care. Enough of me mumbling and stumbling around here because I'm getting really tired. Take care. This is Greg, K6EGG. I'll see you hopefully on Wednesday night.